Hey tech professionals, are you wondering why you can't pass job interviews? In today's live broadcast or video, I'll be teaching you everything you need to know for your upcoming video interview during coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. If you stay with me until the very end, I will be walking you through my virtual interview checklist and my best strategies to provide comfort for your virtual interview. If this is a first time meeting with my son right here, my name is Holly. I have 20 years of recruiting industry. I've worked for Amazon, Google, and startup. I'm here to help you find happiness in the work that you do. Consider subscribing and hit the bell notification so you won't miss any new training. Are you a software engineer or an engineering leader? If you answer yes, then great news. There are still a lot of companies looking for skills. Why? For an organization that is selling goods and products, or even gaming, for instance, they all need programmers like you and leaders to help them scale. With the Americans working remotely, and we don't really know how long that's going to be, this means that tech companies such as Microsoft are overwhelmed with the amount of cloud traffic to keep up with the demand of the user. We all relied upon for goods and food, such as Costco, Amazon, Target, just to name a few, are doing extremely well during this time. If you're in a position that's not relating to engineering or tech, not to worry, the companies I just mentioned are hiring for non-tech roles as well. I'll walk you through a presentation with 4 components to help you with the right mindset by being ready and confident to pass your future virtual interview. As our world is turning remotely in the next couple of months, we don't know if this is going to last beyond May, if not the rest of 2020. It's helpful even with the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic is over, talk about audio, visual, and lighting in this tutorial. Lastly, we'll move on to preparation and what does that mean when you're 100% ready. And if you're not ready, I want you to cancel that interview. I'll share about how, why is it important, and where can you find the resources. The first thing I have on this deck is Glassdoor. Now, those of you who have followed anything that has to do with interview prep know that I talk about Glassdoor a lot. Glassdoor did not sponsor me, nor any of the company is sponsoring me. I'm sharing my best practices based on my personal experience, knowing what works. Glassdoor is great. You can find a lot of information about the company, the culture. My favorite part is reading reviews on current and past. I would take the negative feedback and turn that into a questions for your interview. So Glassdoor is really powerful with employees' feedback as well as questions and answer. Gave an example on program manager, product manager, software engineer, as well as leader, all the way down to how you message a recruiter with the actual messaging for you, holding your hand and giving you every single thing that I know recruiters wants to hear from you of. And you just, again, you have to do the work. Google is where you follow the company's news, trends. Oftentimes when you type the company's name on there, how are they doing? So read about all of that. Those are the information that you don't find on Glassdoor. The third thing is salary.com. Attention to the date that the data is released because it could be outdated. For example, the salary that you see on salary.com could be about 15 to 20% under the market. If you look at the date, you want to make sure that it's 2019 or 2020. Many of you have asked me, because of COVID-19, has the market taken a step backward with compensation? That's a great question. Depends. If we're talking about big organizations like the Amazon and Microsoft in the world, no, I don't really see any changes. If you're talking about private company, nonprofit, or startups, I would think so, because organizations wanted to look in ways to cut costs so they don't have to lay off their employees, hopefully not getting to that point. In LinkedIn, I live LinkedIn, breathe LinkedIn. LinkedIn connected the world to me of folks who are stuck in a crossroad, who doesn't know what to do. In this case, I want to help everyone get a job through video interviewing because the world is turning into that category with Americans working remotely. So the power of LinkedIn helps you to create a profile with my best strategies and tips to make sure that you stand out from other professionals and how you could brand yourself better and highlight your key skills. First, let's talk about the STAR methods. The STAR method, I've actually came across this at Amazon. As a recruiting leader, it helps me identify what problem I'm trying to solve by creating the task, in return knowing what actions to take place in order for me to plan out my action plan and what is my end result. So much that you can prep someone on interviewing and creating their great storytelling just following that step. Don't miss out on my video. And also this, along with the 60-second elevator pitch, is my first and second video ever made. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. If you're struggling, let me know what part of the exercise or video that you're struggling in. You just have to do your due diligence and do your homework, and the answer is right there. And I'll direct you straight to the link as well. A little bit of a hard way. The first thing I want to talk about is audio. How could you eliminate some of the voice level in the background and sound a little more crisp? It's very simple. Just use your headset that comes with your iPhone. You can also use your AirPod. Basically anything, if you can have anything at all outside of just from your laptop. Okay, the second thing I want to talk about is visual. You want to make sure that you are in frame, and I would recommend a natural light over having any kind of light if possible. I know there will be time that you'll be meeting in the evening with international team, or if you're in Seattle after 3 p.m. or so, or quite often there's really no sunlight. There's a window right next to me right here. So in my studio, there's a big glass on my side, which is why you're able to see this visually pretty well. You want to make sure that the camera source is behind the camera and not behind you. If the light source is back here, there will be a black shadow on your whole face. I would also recommend avoid wearing light color or colorful shirts. I wear a lot of black or dark gray in most of my video because my background right now you can see is white and grayish. So try not to blend in with the background. You don't want to distract the interviewer, and you don't want to distract yourself by keep on staring at your background, at your face, rather than staring at the camera, the interviewer. Another important aspect is you need to treat your virtual interview as if you are going into the office, which means the dress code should be business casual. Business casual meaning you don't have to wear slacks, no one can see underneath your waistline, but you have to wear a button shirt. To be your authentic self, don't wear things and put on makeup if you don't feel comfortable and that's taking you outside of your norm. Biggest tip I can give you when it comes to virtual interview is feeling comfortable under your skin. The expectation is higher because no one can shake your hand, pay attention to your body language, but they're looking at your eye contact and your facial appearance is most important. You could simply use your phone and dial in to your meetings or interviewed and do it like this. If you want to, I also would recommend a Logitech 930E. It was $75 when I bought it 6 months ago. It's amazing. I can get a full frame in the back. I could blend in my white balance color to look a little bit more natural. Let's just assume that I don't have the light. I can actually add in some brightness. So that's the power of a webcam. Just make sure that you stay away and not be, all up and personal as if you're about to eat that camera, to not get the interviewer distracted. Okay? Are we good? Leave me a comment if you have any questions regarding equipment. Lastly, I want you to ask yourself, do you feel 100% prepared? Meaning, have you done the exercise? Have you answered the questions in my interview strategies and Amazon leadership playlist? Because I have had the top commonly asked interview questions for IC and leaders, especially in the leadership principle playlist. And if you have answered those, did you use the STAR method format, creating your story? If the answer is no, then you're probably not ready. If you have been in a job for 10, 20 years and you're really comfortable, you know what you're doing, you're able to answer, tell me about yourself in 60 seconds or less, then you're probably ready. But it's good for you to refresh anyway, to make sure that you know how to brand yourself right for the right job. You still want to do your due diligence to make sure that you are highlighting your achievement and in the end able to get the job that you deserve. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you like my content, really appreciate a thumbs up. That always motivates me to continue doing these videos. I'm not able to come on LinkedIn to run broadcasts every week because the Wi-Fi here is just so slow. Bye, guys. Stay safe.